Punk Revolution now. Today I want to talk to you about Anthony Fantano's cancellation back in 2017 when Fader released an article that got a lot of buzz, pretty much accusing Anthony Fantano of pandering to the alt-right. I'm not making this video because I want to resurface some shitty stuff Anthony Fantano has done in the past so I can own him, even though I do enjoy doing that. I actually want to talk about this because I think it's a very interesting story that honestly, the Fader article that came out about Anthony Fantano was certainly full of shit, but the truth is Anthony Fantano's response to the Fader article was kind of full of shit too, so I don't feel like there's any honest discussion online about how this kind of all played out. And I know this was back in 2017, so maybe some of my younger subscribers weren't really there to see this whole thing kind of go down, but it's interesting, and it certainly has had an impact on Anthony Fantano's YouTube channel and the way he kind of presents himself. And it's just an interesting story, so let's get started. Going back to 2010, 2011, early Anthony Fantano on YouTube, he actually does deserve a decent amount of credit. The Fader article, the headline says he was a pioneer in the world of music review vlogging, and I think he really was, and he deserves credit for that, for pioneering, and also because frankly, he was really good at what he was doing. He was good at articulating himself. He was really good at finding these underground, lesser known but really good albums and amplifying them and putting them in the spotlight. He also was, had this sense of humor that was very internet-y, putting memes throughout his reviews, all around was just the go-to guy for if you wanted to watch some YouTube indie music reviews. And as the Fader article states, as well as Anthony Fantano in his response to the Fader article, Anthony Fantano's content was getting very popular, obviously on YouTube, which has a significant alt-right community, but also other websites like 4chan, which, even though there's a lot of people on 4chan who want to just actually discuss music, including Anthony Fantano himself said he used to browse 4chan. The truth is there's also a significant portion of 4chan, just like YouTube, that's pretty openly alt-right, far-right. So even though music is typically a hobby that's more artsy and creative, and I think more popular amongst left-wing people, just the nature of where his YouTube videos were getting popular. His YouTube channel, his subscriber base were kind of split 50-50 between the more conservatives and more liberals, and of course along with that were, the alt-right Pepe the Frogs, and that's... I don't think Anthony Fantano deserves to be criticized for having a significant portion of his fan base being conservative. That's one, at least partially out of his control, and two, Anthony Fantano being a left-wing guy, if he's able to accumulate a pretty significant part of his fan base that are alt-right and expose them to more left-wing ideas, and maybe also expose them to, artists who are marginalized, that could have a positive impact and maybe help people become less extreme right-wing on the internet. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with Anthony Fantano having that as a part of his fan base back then. However, where things did start to get pretty sketchy on Anthony Fantano's part was with his alternative channel, That Is The Plan. That was another YouTube channel that Anthony Fantano had to do things besides music reviews, particularly outrageous, funny shitpost videos. Frankly, if I'm being honest, not too different from my videos that, of course, if it's humorous and outrageous, that's going to appeal to people across the entire political spectrum. However, he started to do these meme reviews, and these meme reviews were really blowing up. At one point, I legitimately thought that That Is The Plan had a chance at surpassing his main music review channel because these meme reviews were just getting so much traction. This was back in 2016, 2017, when it seems like there's a new meme every single day, Dat Boy or whatever. I don't know, I try to block all that shit out of my memory, but he was picking up the popular memes and reviewing it, and of course, just based how the internet is structured, a lot of these memes have origins from alt-right communities like YouTube and 4chan. So we have these memes that are originating on these alt-right communities that also happen to really watch Anthony Fantano's videos, so when Anthony Fantano starts incorporating some memes with alt-right origins, it really appeals a lot to the more alt-right side of his fan base, and these videos really blow up and reach more people. The truth is, a lot of these meme reviews he was doing were certainly, without a doubt, the target audience was absolutely these inner internet communities that were more so right-wing than left. For example, he had fucking videos making fun of social justice warrior feminists. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're liberal and left-wing, you can still kind of laugh at social justice warriors who are being a little too outrageous, but like, we all know that the main people who enjoy watching that content are very right-wing. So this is one thing Anthony Fantano was doing that I actually do think deserves a decent amount of criticism, which was taking these social justice warriors and you know, putting them up on YouTube for everyone to laugh at, because all that's really doing is just like feeding into this alt-right narrative that feminism is some crazy absurd thing that we should all be scared of and get so pissed off at, when in reality, obviously, if anyone's actually, you know, looked into it, there's plenty of very intelligent feminist authors that have great ideas and great critiques of how our society kind of functions and all that. But Anthony Fantano was legitimately showing some, like, you know, like tendencies to like be skeptical and critical of feminists and all this stuff, which is, you know, that's pretty cringe, Anthony. You really, you know, you should have known better than that. And honestly, that could have been a great Fader article. The Fader could have written an article titled "Anthony Fantano Amplifies Anti-Feminist Alt-Right Ideas" on his alternate YouTube channel. That would have been totally based in truth. It would have been honestly a great criticism of Anthony Fantano, but instead what happens is this Fader article that comes out criticizing Anthony Fantano, examining his ties to the alt-right, is just so full of bullshit screenshots taken out of context. It's so full of taking ironic bits that Anthony Fantano did and presenting them as serious. It's just so outrageous that if you read it, you would probably think that Anthony Fantano is just straight up an alt-right conservative, even though anyone who knows that, who's watched his channel, knows that he's a left-wing guy. So when Anthony Fantano responds to this Fader article, there's just so much bullshit in this article he's able to completely decimate that anyone who watches his response video is gonna think, oh, this Fader article is total clickbait bullshit, and of course it's clickbait, there's no denying that, but it gives Anthony Fantano like kind of a path to really, you know, discredit the article to the point where the things that are actually a bit true in the Fader article, like the fact that Anthony Fantano certainly did have a significant portion of his fan base that was alt-right that he was certainly tailoring to with his That Is The Plan YouTube channel. Anthony Fantano in his response video completely just ignores it, denies it. He's like rewriting history, like as if like he like just has nothing whatsoever to do with the alt-right and that this is just the Faders completely fabricating this. Which we all know is complete bullshit because Anthony Fantano deleted his That Is The Plan YouTube channel, and if it was like, oh, if Anthony Fantano was so confident that his YouTube channel was actually left-wing and wasn't appealing to the right at all, he wouldn't have felt the need to delete it. He would have actually wanted to keep it up so the whole world can see how full of shit the Fader article is, but he deleted it. His excuse was because he couldn't monetize it, but that's fucking stupid. We all know the reason he deleted it is because it was creating controversy and it made him look really fucking bad. So while I'm certainly glad Anthony Fantano is no longer making videos making fun of social justice warrior feminists trying to appeal to the alt-right, I do have to say I'm you know, there's a part of me that's like not completely satisfied with the direction his YouTube channel has gone either, because it does come off a little bit more corporate, advertiser friendly, toning down the edginess, and you know, obviously I don't want him to be, you know, hurting anyone's feelings with, you know, with offensive humor, but like, you can still be edgy and, you know, living on the wild side without making fun of social justice warriors and trying to appeal to the alt-right. And, you know, maybe it would have been better if he continued being a little edgy here and there so he can kind of, like I said, kind of provide an outlet for these far-right communities that were at one point watching him, and like I said, you know, helping expose them to more progressive ideas, etc. And I don't know, that could have been better than what it seems like he's doing now, which is it seems like he's trying to just avoid that so far, you know, just avoid those people so far to protect his career from something like the Fader cancellation ever happening again, that, you know, maybe that could be a bad thing in the long run if it's gonna just contribute to the far right just kind of isolating in these corners of the internet and not really having any exposure whatsoever to progressive ideas. I don't know. That's maybe a completely a bigger and different topic, but it's just a weird thing. It's a weird thing that happened. I think if you watched Anthony Fantano in 2021, you'd have no clue that this whole thing went down. The Fader removed their article now, you know, maybe because it was partially full of shit, mostly full of shit, maybe because Anthony Fantano is just so popular now that Fader doesn't want Anthony Fantano to be pissed off at them. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, folks. do with this information what you will. I think this is as honest as I can of a recollection of the story of Anthony Fantano being canceled and all that fun stuff. And yeah, now you know. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribing helps people find my videos more. Blah 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 blah. Punk revolution now.